لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلوات ربه وسلامه عليه وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن دعا بدعوته إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد, brothers and sisters in Islam, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. I just want to answer the one question that was asked, I think, from this side of the house last week concerning the Aisha Salah. So none of the brothers are here. People who ask the question, they like father, son. This side? No. Really a fly-by-night class. People come with the one. The Imam doesn't come with. Everybody is angry, but quite a large turnover of people. Alright. I have here one of the authoritative books of the Shafi'i madhab concerning the Salat al-Isha and the time of Salat al-Isha. The question was, if you make Salat al-Isha after the middle of the night, is it qada? That is the question. So the answer to the question is, and I didn't know the answer to the question last week, the answer to the question is, Isha arba'at awqat. Isha is got 4 waqts, 4 times. Fadila, wa ikhtiyar, wa jawaz, wa udhr. Most of the awqat of these 4 waqts. Fadila means the best time to make the salah. Ikhtiyar, the preferential time after the best time. Jawaz, the permissible time. And then there's another one which doesn't affect all the salah called udhr. If you have an excuse. Well, fadila, awwal al-waqt. Fadila is the first part of the waqt. That was when the adhan goes, immediately after the adhan goes, the iqamah goes, after if there's any sunnah salah to be made, and then the salah is done. That's fadila. Best time, most people. Wal-ikhtiyar ba'dahu ila thuluth al-layl. The preferential time is to the third part of the night. Preferential time. That's Shafi'i. وفي قول نصفه, it's also said that the preferential time is until the middle part of the night. We worked out last week what the middle part of the night was. While jawaz, and the permissible time is until tulu' al-fajr al-thani, until the second fajr, which is the fajr, which at the time which we perform salatul fajr. That is the second fajr. You'll find if you get up very early, there's the first fajr. When the sun appears somewhere in the middle of the sky, not the sun, sorry. You can see a streak of white in the middle of the sky. Well, udhr, and the waqt of excuse, or the time of excuse is لمن جمع بين السفر أو المطر. The person who joins Maghrib Salah or Salat al-Isha because of travel or because of rain. At the time of the Prophet ﷺ, it was heavy rain. The Prophet used to bring the Salah forward to Salat al-Maghrib, used to make Maghrib and Isha together in Medina. Right? And because of the fact that at that time when it rained in Medina, as today also, there's a lot of mud because there were no streets. And there was no light. So to prevent people coming to the masjid full of mud, Prophet ﷺ, every day used to bring the Salah, Isha Salah, to the time of Maghrib. Make 3 for Maghrib, 4 for Isha, and people go home and make there with the Salah at home. So to repeat, there are 4 waqts. Ikhtiyar, or ikhtiyar is as 2 times, either till the third of the night or the half. So which means the answer to the question is you can make your Salat al-Isha up to this time of Fajr. And it will be adhan. But as you can hear, it is not as strong as the first part or the second part. This is the third part of the night. Exactly? You just want to ask a question about Salat al-Isha? Yes, sir. Alaikum salam.
You also answered the question I was going to ask. My question is it the ruler ugly to say? Because they say that it's good to make salah 1 o'clock in the morning, but halfway in the middle of the night, Isha. So the question is it rude to, like, when the adhan for Isha goes off and say, I'm going to make Isha 12 o'clock and not doing it? Is it wrong to do that?
You can make it any time from the time the adhan goes to the time of Fajr, you know that. And that time is divided into 4. The best time, preferential time, permissible time, in fact 3 times. The 4th one refers to the person who joins the salah because of he's traveling or because of mud. The last one falls away now because you've got streets and come by car and all that sort of thing. So, your question is it wrong to delay until the middle of the night? You have a choice. You have a choice. You can make it any time. If you don't make it at the beginning of the work, you must the best time. Then you go into the waqt al-ikhtiyar, preferential time. So obviously the reward reduces until you get to Fajr. It has to be like that. One comes to work early, gets a promotion. One comes to work 10 o'clock, one comes to work 12 o'clock. One comes to work when everybody goes home at 5 o'clock, you'll probably last for 1 day at the work and that will be the end of it. Alright. So, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the same. I mean, if you come to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala first, that's why in the time of Jum'ah, person comes first to the masjid, he gets it. What does he get? The reward as he gets slaughtered the camel. So why is that so? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves us to come early. Islam is built on earliness. We're not built on late. We're built on early, on time, be on time. Salah teaches us to be on time. If we all decide now we're going to make the world well, the world is the same. Same times, divided into 3 categories also. Fadila, Ikhtiyar, and Jawaz. Asr is the same. Maghrib is a very short one. Though Maghrib is ada'an up to Salatul Ashr. So, make your salah at the beginning of the month. Any other questions? Right. Here's a second question. The person sent me a video clip. Now I have to say now already that if you don't send your name with whatever you're asking, I will not respond neither to your WhatsApp or to your video clips. But I make an exception. I seem to think it's a lady. If you're a man, then I'm sorry. But you send me a video clip, and the video clip deals with an interview of a person who was an imam at a masjid in France and became murtad. Ma'allah, astaghfirullah. A person who was imam at a masjid in France and became murtad, and this person was interviewing him. Anybody here send me the clip? You want to send me the clip?
I see.
We won't take any fines. So, the interviewer was a lady. First question she asked him, so what made you become a Christian? You became a Christian. You were imam of a mosque, you became a Christian. And he says, well, all the time when he was an imam, he used to preach that there is one God, Allah, and Muhammad is the messenger of God. And he said that Muslims don't believe that Jesus is the Son of God. We believe Jesus is the Prophet of God. That's what he preached so much. So somebody said, one day asked him and said to him, Imam, who is Jesus? I'm giving to you as I'm not getting any frills to it, I'm not getting deducting. So he says, on the interview, he says, somebody in the mosque asked me, Imam, who is Jesus? So he was quite surprised at this question because then he decided, and he couldn't he didn't have an answer, he didn't answer the person. So he said, he went to the Quran. And it reminds me of hadith of the Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam that we should be aware of 3 things. زلة العالم والمجادلة المنافق بالقرآن. The mistake of the alim, should be very careful of the mistake of the alim. The reason is that if an alim or the teacher makes a mistake and he doesn't rectify his mistake, then people will follow his mistake until they die. No time for him if he dies. How is he going to retract his mistake? Second Nabi says, the person who will argue with you on the basis of the Quran and is a munafiq. So munafiqun also, a lot of people are munafiqun. Subhanallah. First thing he says, the Quran says this. First thing, second he says the Quran. Third thing he says the Quran. Fourth is the Quran. Fifth is the Quran. Never mentions the Prophet. That will give an indication he's a munafiq. Because Allah SWT says, La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasul. So, you can't mention Allah without mentioning the interpreter of the Quran, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So many people go astray. Many people are going astray as I'm talking to you. By using the Quran to support their arguments. Not using the Quran to attain the truth, but using the Quran to support the arguments. So this man, as Imam said, he went to the Quran, and he says the first thing he found in the Quran about Jesus, about Nabi Isa was that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions Nabi Isa 25 times in the Quran, and Allah mentions Muhammad only 3 times in the Quran. Alaykum salam. This is waqtul ikhtiyar. We divided the waqt up into 4 parts. First part is the best part, the one who comes early to the salah. You've come a little bit late. You fall in the second category. Can't argue. Very unfortunate. Alright. So this person said, Prophet is mentioned 3 times in the Quran. And Isa is mentioned 25 times in the Quran. So he says, now who's better? Who's better? Who does Allah love more? About whom is the Quran? Only 3 times the name Muhammad is mentioned. Of course, this person, first of all, is completely stupid. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when he refers to Musa or Isa or Nuh or Salih or any one of the other prophets, he has to mention their names. Why? Because they're in the past. They've passed away, they're gone. If you speak about somebody who's not here, if you say, Sheikh, the man said so and so, what is the first thing I'm going to ask you? Or if you say to me, he said so and so, or she said so and so, or the man died. If you come and you say, Sheikh, the man died, what is the first question I'm going to ask you? Who died? Who died? What is his name? But if somebody did something and he's not here, I will say, but who did it? His answer. But if the person who did it had his right in front of me, what will I say to you? What will you say to me? He did it. It is, he did it. So when Allah speaks about Musa and Isa and Muhammad and all the other prophets, of course he has to mention. How will we know? Allah just says, he was born from a woman with no father. Allah never mentions his name in the Quran. This is the first thing you say, who's Allah talking about? Who's this man? Allah doesn't mention him. Who's this man who was born without a father? Or who was the man who built the ship? The Prophet. Allah just says, one day there was a prophet who built a ship, an ark. Don't mention his name. But when Allah talks about Ya Ayyuhan Nabi, and Surah Al-Anfal, which is the Is it 35 or 66? 66? Yeah. MashaAllah. Surah Al-Anfal, verse 66. The Prophet ﷺ is mentioned 33 times. How does Allah refer to the Prophet? Ya ayyuhan Nabi. O Nabi. So Ya ayyuhan Nabi means, who's the Prophet? Who's Allah talking to? Ya, O. Always, O Prophet. Allah says, O Prophet. So that's 33 times. In one surah. And please, this is not the Baxter. This here is not a cinema. Neither is it a television. Neither it is entertainment. You can't just come and sit here and leave and go home and sleep and then come back next week. That's haram if you do that. If you are not motivated to go to the Quran after hearing this lecture and looking at Surah Al-Anfal and counting all the times Allah SWT refers to the Nabi Sallallahu, you're not worthy of coming to this class. Because the first thing about the student is the Prophet Sallallahu, after the Prophet spoke with the Sahaba, what is the first thing they did was came to ask him, Ya Rasulullah, you said this, explain that to us, explain this to us, explain that to us, explain that to us. It's very interesting. You have to go to Surah Al-Anfal 33 times. Then in Tahrim, the Tahrim 4 times. How many is that now? 19 times. Isn't it? 15 and 4 is 19. Allah mentions Prophet ﷺ, refers to him in the Quran. Surah Al-Anfal versus Ahzab 33 times. Sorry, you have a question? Anfal, the 8th surah, 4 times. Surah Tawbah, the 9th surah, 4 times. Apart from, what other surahs Allah mentioned Nabi Sallallahu? What was his name? Ya ayyuhal mudaththir ya muzammil.
Nabi, ya ayyuhan Nabi.
Yeah, we've done it.
Muhammad.
Yeah. That's the 3 that the Muntaq mentioned, or was mentioned 3 times in Muhammad. ما كان محمد أبا أحد من رجالكم فأصلا كذا. Where's our answers? Yasin. Yasin. That's his name, Yasin. Ya Mudaththir, oh you covered in a cloak. Ya Muzammil. What does Ya Muzammil mean? So you can see that this Imam Shaykh, subhanallah, he led the truth for darkness. So that is in the nature of man. Let's tell you a joke. I'm sure you've seen the joke. It's making the rounds on the internet. This Imam had a daughter, and there were 3 suitors to the daughter. 3 men wanted to marry her. So the Imam called all 3 of them to the house one day. He was now going to interview them. But he was going to interview them, see which one of them is best suited to his daughter. So he asked the first man, what is your name? So the man said, my name is Ibrahim. So the Imam said, his name is Ibrahim. He's married already, so. Sorry. So the Imam said to him, MashaAllah, you're a beautiful man. So the Imam said to him, you read for me Surah Ibrahim. MashaAllah. He read the whole of Surah Ibrahim. Imam was very impressed. So the next one, Imam said, what is your name? He said, my name is Noor. So the Prophet said, you read for me Surah Noor. And he read the whole Surah. So the third man was very worried because he didn't memorize the Quran. So I'm going to lose out. So the third man came along and Imam said to him, what is your name? And he said, my name is Yasin, but everybody calls me Qul Huwallahu Ahad. When I told the joke the first time, I couldn't stop laughing, so I don't blame you. But we shouldn't laugh so loud. Alright, so, so, because of lack of understanding and lack of asking somebody who knows, he made a decision on the basis. There are many other questions that this woman also put to him, but this was his major change of life, as I would call it. And he failed the first test. The man failed the first test. This question of irtidad, or becoming murtad, is a very serious question. The seriousness of this question, and it happens a lot today, and I'll give an example of how it happens. But the seriousness of people leaving the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the most serious crime that a Muslim can commit. If you ask what is the most serious crime that a Muslim can commit, is for him to leave the deen of Allah, become murtad. And this was established, this rule, this gravity of irtidad was established in the time of Abu Bakr as-Siddiq. When the tribes were paying zakat to the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, as you may know, refused to pay zakat to Abu Bakr. And Abu Bakr decided he was going to send an army to fight these people. And Umar, although Umar was the strong one, Umar said, but Abu Bakr, how can you send an army against a people who are making salah, saying La ilaha illallah Muhammadun Rasulullah, fasting in the month of Ramadan, going for Hajj? The only thing they are refusing to do is to pay the zakat to you. They are not saying they are not going to pay zakat. They say we will not pay zakat to you because Muhammad is not there anymore. So Umar said, you can't. So Abu Bakr said, Wallahi, even if they keep from me the rope that is tied around the camel's neck when they bring the camel to me, zakat camel, never mind if they don't want to give the camel, if they only don't want to give me the rope that's around the camel's neck, I will put them to death. So irtidad, or apostasy, is not just saying, I don't believe that Muhammad is the last messenger, he's the messenger. I don't believe in Allah. If you don't pay your zakat, for example, you have reason of irtidad. If you don't make salah, al-farqu bayna al-Muslim wal-kafir as-salah. Nabi said the difference between a kafir and a Muslim is what? So there are many issues. A lot of times people come to me with the following dilemma. Sheikh, my sister wants to get married to a non-Muslim. Or my daughter wants to get married to a non-Muslim. We like you. We know you speak good English, you understand the deen. Can we bring our future son-in-law or brother-in-law to you? Can you just speak to him, please? And at the same time, you can convince him to become a Muslim. And in the past I used to look at this as a challenge. So I used to come, talk. And many times, even after I speak, the person would say, but I must think about it, really to become a Muslim. So what do I say? Nice guy that I am. Okay, John, or whatever your name is, Peter or Mary or whoever, male or female. You go and think about it. Any questions you have, write it down, come and ask me, phone me, you don't know anything. And then I realized after a while, this is the wrong. What I'm doing is absolutely wrong. One of the wrongest things, most wrong things that I could ever do. Why? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, La ikraha fid din. There is no compulsion in the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Which means if a person wants to marry your daughter, or your sister, or your brother, well, not brother, girl is wants to marry your son, Somebody wants to marry your daughter or your sister. And that person doesn't want to do it. So people carry on with me. Can we bring the family? My mother's going to be very upset if she hears that he doesn't want to accept my father. We don't know what this is going to do to the family if my sister should leave with him and he's not a Muslim yet. It will split and divide the family. Please, can we do something? So my answer is very straightforward now. Number one, la ikraha fi din. You can't, there's no force. You can't force a person to become a Muslim. In other words, and secondly, if he becomes a Muslim to marry your sister or to marry your daughter, that Islam of his is null and void. Why? Because he's not doing it because he's accepting Islam. He's doing it because he wants to marry your sister or he wants to marry your daughter. Many times he doesn't want to change his name because, well, I love your daughter, so you say, come, you say, come. And more importantly, if he marries your sister and he was not convinced about the correctness of Islam, then the marriage is batil, marriage is void. Because the marriage between a person who's not a Muslim, he only became a Muslim to marry your daughter. And you know that, and the world knows that, and everybody knows that. By his very actions we know that. By looking at him we know that. By his attitude we know that. By his body language we know that. Which means your daughter, your sister living in haram. Children are. And that's the first test. They run out of names for their Muslim children after all. Adam first, Adam. Then comes Daniel. Then what? Then comes Sarah. And what else is there? Well, I don't go into the detail. So they're living in haram because he's not a Muslim. He's not a Muslim. Of course, you marry your daughter, and then you can see that now he doesn't leave half an hour. He has to lunch with you, so he comes either an hour after lunch because he doesn't make salam with you, or he leaves before Maghrib because he knows that everybody's going to make salam. It's an indication. We know that. We know. And then your daughter says, "Daddy, I have to leave now, Daddy. Adam he's got an appointment, so we have to leave." And you have to leave every time before the salah, or he comes after the salah. So, my advice to you, if the person doesn't out of his own say, "Yes, I want to be a Muslim," and you know it's so difficult. What is it? He must say. There's only two things he has to say. He has to say, "Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa anna Muhammad Rasulullah." He has to declare there's one God and Muhammad is his message. If he's not prepared to do that, and you can read up on that, it's simple. You don't need explanations for one God and for Muhammad as the messenger of God. There are many messengers of God. We can accept Jesus as the messenger, why can't we accept Muhammad as the messenger of God? So if he can't accept that, then talking to a Mawla or even the Prophet ﷺ will not convince him. There are many people who came to the Prophet. There was a whole tribe, came Najran, Christians came from where? From Najran to the Nabi ﷺ. They stayed in Masjid al-Nabawi. Not a single one of them became Muslim. The Prophet couldn't convince them. And the Prophet didn't force them. And the Prophet still gave them Masjid to sleep. So a person has to come already to you and be willing to say his kalima. Yes, he can ask a lot of questions about Isal afterwards and about 4 wives and about, can you beat your wife and about so many things. Yeah, those are all questions you can ask. There are answers for that. But the fundamental belief, if that's not there, and finally, it's your daughter's decision to marry him or not. It's that easy. She has go for it. So what do we say? My wife is going to be really upset, Sheikh, if she's just going to leave and marry this man, we have to do something. Sorry, don't come to me anymore. Okay, is any one of you who wants to do that? Don't come to me. Not other ulama, they can do it. If you come to me and say, yes, man's name is Paul, I already said this kalima, say, alhamdulillah. Now you can ask me the 1,000 questions he wants to ask. But he should have his own accept. Not send him to 10 sheikhs, you need to Imam so-and-so, and Sheikh so-and-so, and Sheikh so-and-so, Maulana so-and-so, and Maulana internet, and Maulana Google, and nothing else. Then you should tell him, no, sorry, no. That's it. End of story. Alright, any questions on that?
Yes. There's no other. If I may, Sheikh, it's a bit more complex than what you mentioned.
Alright.
And
What is more complex?
I won't give another lecture. But firstly, in my experience now...
You can't give another lecture, first of all. I won't allow you to give another lecture.
In my experience now in Lakeland, the person that embraced Islam from an African country, speaks French, is more in the masjid than our brothers. So,
I've covered that. I've said, if a man, if he says his kalima, and afterwards his action shows that he's a good Muslim, alhamdulillah. That's what I said.
Okay, so the person that embraces Islam, let's say by accident, in this manner that you said.
No, it's not by accident.
No, I'm saying the person that embraces Islam by accident. Like maybe in my case, I read up and I embraced Islam. But there are people that embrace Islam, let's say by accident. They found a lady and they wanted.
That's not by accident. That's by design.
Yes, but
That's by total design.
sure, but if you can let me out, you are saying you won't entertain such a request. No, I'm saying that those people, if I embrace Islam through research, it doesn't necessarily make me a better Muslim than the person that embraces Islam.
We're not talking about who's a good Muslim and who's a bad Muslim. We're talking about a person who wants to marry somebody.
Yes.
That is his design itself. He is not prepared to accept Islam at the time of marrying the lady. He's not prepared. Because it was prepared, we won't have the discussion.
Yes, but in the quagmire of confusion,
Yes.
I don't think we should write off someone that many of us haven't heard of Islam from that environment. Ask me. When I came to Cape Town, I told Muslims, please give me your Christian names. I'm struggling with Abu Bakr and Muhammad. I didn't know. So I think it is unfair to just write it off. If somebody comes, my daughter wants to embrace, that is in the first place is wrong. But when that relationship has been established, it is better, I think, my opinion, that the couple should marry, even if it is with those shortcomings that you mentioned earlier on. That is the first thing. Second, I've written down.
So if he says, well, I'm marrying your sister only because she wants me to marry her. Sheikh, she's going to be so upset if I don't marry her. So to please her, I will say the kalima.
No, not as light. That's what I'm saying, it's complex.
No, it's not complex. That's what they say. They can say either of two things. They can say, I recognize there's one God and Muhammad is the messenger of God. Or I'm saying this kalima because I love this woman and I want to marry her, and if I don't marry her, she's going to get a nervous breakdown. Or I'm going to get a nervous breakdown.
No, sir, he's actually promoting the fact that the man stays Christian and marries his lady.
No, he doesn't say
No,
that.
I'm saying the groundwork should be done, but I don't think we should. Somebody has to teach the person. Now,
I hear what you're saying. But remember, we're living in the 21st century. And we're living in Cape Town. And we're living in a time when there's so much knowledge. In fact, Islam is right on the front burner nowadays. Everybody knows about Islam. The bad things, obviously.
But for the wrong reason.
Yeah, I'm saying. But Islam is there. Islam is an open book. And everybody can go to the internet and look up and see and read everything bad about Islam and everything good about Islam. So if the person is again, I'm not talking about people who doesn't know anything about Islam, needs to be told, and those people are very few of our people. You have to go to the Amazon basin to find those people who knows nothing about the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But what I'm saying is, people used to come to the Prophet ﷺ and know nothing about Islam. And the Prophet said, Aslim, become a Muslim. And the person would say, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. There was zero. So what I'm saying is, and I'm talking about 40 years, 50 years of being involved in this kind of roundabout, trying to convince this one, that one, not at this one, not at that one. These are the facts of the situation. A person must sincerely, to a great extent, sincerely say, yes, I want to be a Muslim. Whether he still takes a sip of the black wine because of his health, and whether he doesn't make salah, no, that's not required at the time. It's unconditional, as you know that. You can't say to a person, first go and learn the deen, how to make salah, how to worship, how to do this, and then you come to me, then you become a Muslim. No. The person must acknowledge that there is one God. How difficult is it? The person must acknowledge that there is a prophet, whose name is Muhammad, he's the final prophet. How difficult is it? No other God, he doesn't have to do anything else. Just that. And he says, no, this makes sense to me. This really makes a lot of sense to me. Because I've been a Christian, I've been a Catholic, and this makes a lot of sense to me. And you say, brother, if this makes sense to you, read your kalima. And when you've read your kalima, mashallah, you get married to this younger lady. And now you start learning the deen of Allah. That could also go. So, look, it depends how you want to end. What I'm saying is that a person who only does something for somebody else's sake, particularly when it comes to that very important decision, is not sincere and his Islam is void. If a man just comes and says, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, and you don't know anything more about it, then you say there's a Muslim. But if you really see him for 5 times and he still says, if she wants me, she'll take me like this. If she wants it, she'll take me. Finally he says, okay. What must I say? So, yes, Marzuk, it can be by case by case. But my case by case is, all the cases are like that. More or less, if the guy doesn't want to. If he doesn't want to read his Quran, then we sort of cajole him and tell him about all the nice things about Islam. Sometimes even talk about the consistency, and that kind of thing, and how clean Islam is, all things has nothing to do with Islam actually, and we try and convince him, cajole him, So that should not be. What I'm saying is that is not required. We are not required to go out there and I mean, if you read the history of Islam, Sahaba never did that. They asked once and that was finished. That was it. If you didn't want to, it's finished. You don't want to, khalas, we move on. So, yes, you're right.
There's more on the subject.
Yeah, but I've got some other things to speak about. We'll come back to it. That's just my view. You don't have to accept it.
No, not from what you said. La ikraha fi din.
La ikraha fi din.
Yes. I've heard that it is not to be used in this context.
All right. Well, that's another discussion.
The la ikraha fi din is within Islam. And then lastly, if I may consider, is on what basis do we say that Yasin equals Muhammad? Because what that has lent itself to is when people make khadat, which is bid'ah, they say Yasin sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Now, and Taha also for that matter probably. On what basis are we saying that these words which we were told nobody can explain, we're saying this means that?
Well, there's a preponderant view amongst the Mufassirun that those names refer to the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. To say that ignorant people say Yasin sallallahu alaihi wasallam voids fact that that is the Prophet's name is not an argument. It's not an argument. Because ignorant people do things, you can't say, well, we condemn the whole thing because, people do this in the salah, it's a bid'ah, so, the salah is. You can't tell it Islam. You can't now say, well, Prophet's name is not, one of his names is not Yasin, because people say Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam afterwards when they read Yasin. Because that is a human addition. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is not in the Quran. We know that. And we shouldn't say that. Because it's not part of, you can't read part in the Quran what is not of the Quran. Even though Yasin is the name of Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, we should only say Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam when Muhammad is mentioned. Not Nabi or Rasul or Abul Qasim. No. Only when the name Muhammad is mentioned is it required to say Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. That's also very important. So you only say Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Many people say Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. But actually the requirement is only when the name Muhammad is mentioned. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Alright. So I said that this evening we are going to start on a synoptical history. Synoptical means anecdotal, it means we will look at certain parts of the history. And we'll start after the demise or the death of Sayyidina Ali karramallahu wajhah. One of the other arguments that this Imam I think also mentioned, this Imam was that 70% of the Quran deals with the Jews and the Christians. And most of that 70% deals with Christians. Ya Ahlul Kitab. In fact, in Surah Baqarah, the first group of people that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala speaks about is the Bani Israel. Why does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala speak so much about the people of Musa and the people of Isa? And particularly the people of Isa alayhi salatu wasalam. When the other faith that was common when the Prophet ﷺ came were not the Christians. There were no Christians in Makkah or Medina. The other faith that the Prophet meant and knew about when he came to Medina were the Jews. The Qaynuqa', that was the one tribe. Banu Qaynuqa'. Banu Nadir was the second tribe. And the third tribe was? The Banu Qurayza. Three tribes. Why is it, and in Makkah there were no Jews and Christians. When the Prophet ﷺ spent his 13 years in, we never hear that he confronted the Jews and the Christians. In fact, the Nabi ﷺ, his primary mission when he came was to fight who and to convince who? The idol worshippers. He was sent, and we know that for 13 years the Nabi ﷺ had clashes with the idol worshippers. In fact, the clashes became so intense that they conspired to kill the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Not so much because he spoke out against the idols, but because it affected their livelihoods. It affected the economy of Makkah. How? Because the economy of Makkah depended on people coming to visit the idols and worship the idols in Makkah. And when they came there, they traded with the Quraysh. And the Quraysh felt that they were in charge of these idols. And so this is the story that goes on. So the mission of 13 years was a mission against idolatry. It's not preaching. The Prophet didn't say, Isa is not Ruhullah, Isa is not the son of God, Isa is a messenger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we know that Makkah was, and I've said this before, was a major trading center between East and West. So the fire worshippers of the north, the Persians, to come to Yemen, they came via Makkah, the Zoroastrians. The Indians and the Pakistanis, well, that time they weren't Pakistanis, but the people from the east brought their spices. By the spices at that time who also came via Makkah to go to Egypt, North Africa, and to go to Europe. So the Prophet ﷺ knew that there was a whole continent of Hindus and Buddhists out there that were all what? What were they? Idolaters, idol worshippers. One would think that with all that contact, and the Zoroastrians and the Persians was the political power at the time the Prophet came. They ruled the Gulf. They ruled all the land to the east of the Euphrates River, which includes modern-day Iraq and Iran and Afghanistan, and right down the Gulf, Dubai, Qatar, almost right down to Yemen. They controlled all that politically. So there was direct contact between the Persians, the Zoroastrians, and also the people from the east. Yet the Quran doesn't mention Hinduism or Buddhism once. Neither Zoroastrianism not mentioned once in the Quran. Not even once. Yet the Nabi said to the Sahaba, you should go and seek knowledge in China. China at the time was Buddhist. That's still today Buddhist. One would have thought if that was the primary mission of the Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, Quran would speak about these people and tell the Prophet, but you've got a bigger job waiting for you. There are millions of people in that side of the world, in the East, who are also idol worshippers, who are pagans. Your job is to go and take the Tawheed to them. But Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala didn't do that. And we will, inshallah, when we look at the history, we'll find out why that was so. So, when the Quran speaks about Christians and Jews, we now today know why the emphasis wasn't there. Because when we look at the world even today, we don't have a problem with the East. The confrontation of Islam is on the Christian-Muslim line. We know the Jews are in Palestine, they're a small group of people, and that's about land. We got nothing to do with the Jewish religion. But when it comes to Christianity, this is a fact. I mean, today the divide is, when the Europeans are saying that these people, we don't want them because they are Muslims. The Jews are not saying that they don't want the Palestinians there because they're Muslims. No, they just don't want Palestinians there, period. End of story. But the Europeans are saying this is a Christian-Western divide. And we don't want Muslims in Europe. And if we look at the history of Islam, we'll see that twice Islam tried to conquer Europe. It tried to conquer Europe when it conquered Spain. It stopped at the Pyrenees Mountains on the border of modern-day France. There the army stopped, and the army was turned back. That was in the time of the Umayyads. In the time of the Ottomans went right up to Vienna. And they were just going to conquer Europe, and in Vienna, they couldn't go further, and they would turn back. So twice we would have conquered Europe. Twice Europe would have been conquered. And if Europe had to be conquered at the time, the whole of Europe would have been Muslim today. It would be Muslim at that time. Because everywhere that the Ottomans went into what we call the Balkans, what is that? Bosnia, Albania. These are all Muslim countries. They're still Muslim today. So the whole of Europe, Norway, England, France, that would have been Muslim. And the whole of the Mediterranean would have been Muslim. What does it mean? That Christopher Columbus would have been a Muslim. He would have carried Islam to the United States of America. And they would also have been Muslim. Which means then that the Quran and all its emphasis on Christianity and Judaism would have been, we would not have used 70% of the Quran. But Allah knew that the challenge for the Quran and for Muslims would be this group of people. And therefore the Quran talks a lot about them, how to deal with them, how to call them, what they believe in, and so forth and so on. So the Quran was right on track. In the East, we don't have a problem. China, or India, or any one of those countries. Only one of those countries. The Quran is very correct when it teaches us and trains us how to deal with the Christians. So, I am using 3 books for this. I'm using a book called Struggling to Surrender by a man called Jeffrey Lang. I can now afford to read these books because I've read all the Arabic books on the subject, all the Islamic literature. And I'm reading another book called People of the Book. And I'll be writing down these titles because tomorrow I'll be dead. And at least you can get these books on the internet or read them. They're very good books. This is called The People of the Book. And this man, his name is Zachary, Z-A-C-H-A-R-Y. I don't know if that's a Jew, but anyway. Karabel, K-R-A-B-E-L-L. And this man who writes this book, Zachary, he writes from a perspective of, which are called Muslim authors, the world sometimes won't write about, is that he tries to show that when Islam broke out of Medina, when the Sahaba decided to go out of Medina, and they left Medina for one reason only. And that reason was not to spread the deen of Islam. Quite obvious. We will see why. That was because the whole of Arabia had been subdued. The whole of Arabia was Muslim. Yemen, Saudi, right up to Khaybar. And the Sahaba came to hear of all the oppression and suppression that was going on with their neighbors under the Roman rule. And of course under Persian rule. And because of Islam being a liberatory movement more than anything else. Islam came to liberate men. من عبادة العباد إلى عبادة رب العباد. From the worship of man to the worship of the creator of man. That was the message. When the Persian king asked the Sahabi who was in charge of the army, why did you come to Persia? He said, our Prophet told us that we should teach people that they should worship God and not worship. They should, to take them out of the worship of man to the worship of God, who created man. So, the most important idea was that Mecca and Medina could not sustain, would not have been able economically to sustain the Arabian Peninsula. And they decided that because they traded with the north and they traded with the south. And it was just natural that they wanted to spread the economics of Islam to greater areas. So we find that when Islam had 2 adversaries, the Persian Empire was there for thousands of years And the Roman Empire was also there for hundreds of years. These were the great empires. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala refers to these two empires in the Quran, in Surah Al-Rum, the first verse of Surah Al-Rum. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, in Surah Al-Rum, which speaks about the Persian Empire and the Roman Empire, was revealed in the year in the 7th year of the Nabi's stay in Makkah. So when the Nabi was 7 years in Makkah, Allah revealed to him Surah Al-Rum. And what does Surah Al-Rum say? So remember, in the 7th year, they were not even maybe 30 people yet. After 13 years, how many people does Nabi can take with him to Makkah? About 80 people, 80 people. That's 30 years of preaching. Nabi Nuh, after 950 plus 50, after 1,000 years of preaching, how many people did he have on the ark? Muslims. Yes, also 80 people. So if I'm 80 people here in this room, I should be very grateful. I'm not even a prophet. Sometimes I think maybe more people should come. 80 people. So this verse, in other words, this Surah Al-Rum was revealed at probably the weakest point of Islam. There was no vision of the Sahaba about Rome and Persia. They were just only saving their lives and saving the life of Muhammad, and having something to eat, and saying La ilaha illallah. They had no vision, they don't know what was going on in the rest of the world. So Allah revealed, what does the verse say? غُلِبَتِ الرُّومُ, Allah says, Rome will be conquered. Rome will be overcome. Sahaba says, why is Allah talking to us about Rome? What are we going to do with Rome? We are like 50 people there. We're being oppressed by these pagan worshippers. Then Allah says, غُلِبَتِ فِي أَدْنَى الْأَرْضِ. They will be conquered in the nearest cities, the nearest places towards where Muhammad was. And then Allah says, after that, سَيُغْلَبُونَ. After Rome will be conquered, Rome will conquer. After Rome will conquer, in other words, the Romans will be conquered, and then afterwards, the Romans will be the conquerors. The first one is the Romans will be conquered by who? By the Persians. And then the second one is, because history tells us that, the Romans will conquer the Persians. في بضع سنين. Then Allah follows up this. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala adds. Allah says, this will happen between 3 and 9 years from today. في بضع سنين means, O Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, in 6 years' time, this will happen. And in 6 years' time, the Romans will conquer the Persians. And when the Romans will conquer the Persians, يَوْمَئِذٍ يَفْرَحُ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ. Allah says, when the Romans are going to conquer the Persians, the Muslims will rejoice. Allah's making a prediction, isn't it? What happened? Exactly 6 years later, Rome conquered Persia on the day of Badr, when the Muslims conquered the Quraysh, when they were happy. Allah says, Yawmaidin, on that day, you will rejoice. Allah doesn't say you will rejoice because the Romans would have conquered the Persians. Allah says, you will rejoice. If they know why they will rejoice. But now we know that exactly 6 years later, they rejoiced at Badr. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and this Abu Bakr, in fact, if you read and you all have the tafsir of who in your house, Ibn Kathir. If you don't have Ibn Kathir in your house, you have it on the internet. Ibn Kathir says Abu Bakr had made a bet with some of his pagan friends, because that time bets were still allowed. Because the pagans came to Abu Bakr and said, hey, see what your God said, make a bet with us. Your God says between 3 and 9. Between 3 and 9 years. In other words, 6 years. Make a bet with us. Abu Bakr made the bet, of course. He won the bet. Many of them became Muslim. So, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was preparing the groundwork of what would come later. And what is it that came later? It came at the time of, you know, the big controversy between Sayyidina Ali and Muawiyah. Sayyidina Ali and those who supported him was of the belief that leadership of the Muslim Ummah should be in the hands of the Quraysh, and more so in the hands of either a person attached to the family of the Prophet, or should have been a friend of the Prophet, or should have been intermarried with the Prophet. Then there was another group of Muslims who believed that leadership of the Muslims should be in the hands of the most capable person, the most qualified person. So Ali was elected by the Muslims to be the new Khalifa. But because there was one outstanding issue which wasn't settled yet, and that was Sayyidina Uthman was killed and the murderers of Sayyidina Uthman was not yet found. There was a group of dissidents amongst the Muslims who said, no, Ali, you must first do your job, first find the murderers of Uthman, then we can have this election, then we can appoint you. But until you have found the murderers of Uthman, we are not going to support you. And so the division came amongst the Muslims. And Muawiyah was the governor of Damascus, of Syria, not the whole of Syria, but his seat was in Damascus. He was a kinsman related to Sayyidina Uthman. And he said, we are with those who said that you should first find the killers of Uthman before we will swear allegiance to you. Of course, Ali said, I am the Khalifa, I've got so many things to do. Of course we're looking for the killers of Uthman. But I have to run our government, I have to run our estate. I can't spend all my time going after the killers. They said, no, you must leave everything, but first find these people. Until you find these people, won't swear allegiance to you. Of course, impossible to answer. So Muawiyah was in Damascus, declared himself to the Khalifa. Ali was killed in battle, and Hassan was the next in line. So what Hassan did was, Hassan said, I don't want more killing amongst Muslims. My father was killed, fighting for the honor, fighting for his honor, I'm not going to do it. Muawiyah, you can do it, become the Khalifa. So Muawiyah became the Khalifa. And he was a good Khalifa. And then Sayyidina Hussein came and said, my brother Hassan, you know, he just wants a good life. But Hassan said, well, I want, for me, more important is the unity of the ummah. Hussein said, no, this is a matter of honor. Can't allow this man to do this. And Hussein, of course, as you know, took up the cudgels, took up the fight, went to Iraq. The people of Iraq invited him and said, come, Hussein, we will have an army for you and we will fight Yazid. We will fight Muawiyah, etc., etc. When Hussein came to Iraq, what happened? There wasn't a single of one of the Iraqis who supported. So they say one of the characteristics of the Iraqis is they can't trust them. It was only Hussein and his family were killed at Karbala, and Hussein was killed, and so forth and so on. And that ended the family of the Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam being Khalifa. So Muawiyah then, there was no Hassan had given up his title. Hussein was killed, Sayyidina Ali was killed, Muawiyah became the Khalifa. And there were many things that Muawiyah did and of course those people who support Sayyidina Ali are called Shi'atu Ali. They gave themselves the name supporters of Ali. And the Shia, of course, take their name from there. Shia to Ali. Shia means the supporters of Ali. And so Shiaism was at that time not a faith. It wasn't a belief. It was political support for Sayyidina Ali. They politically supported him. And later on, they became a sect on the earth. Like Ninawi comes here. What does he do? What does he do? Starts a college. He gives nice lectures on ITV. He makes maulud. And then what does he do? He goes and he bows towards graves. There's a big photograph of him standing on a big green scarf over him, people surrounding him. And he's standing in front of this grave and he's making ruku on the grave. And I said that from the beginning, that these people come here to mislead. And they come first with this and this and that. And eventually, where do they land up? They land up bringing back the time of Jahiliyyah. Bringing back the time of idol worship. Bringing back the time of ancestor worship. And this is, we are warned about this. Nabi Nuh, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks in the Quran about Nabi Nuh. I don't have to tell you these things. You are Muslims, you should know this. The history of Nuh alayhi salam. Why did Allah destroy the whole world with water? Why? Why did Allah send so much water and everybody drowned? Subhanallah. Allah not love His creation. What did the people of Nuh do? The people of Nuh did these things they did. They went through 4 stages. First stage was before Nuh came. They were very pious people, like our people were. 10, 15 years, 20 years ago, when I was a child. Our people were not even able to read and write, but they're very pious people. People didn't make salah with the pants on in the masjid. It was taboo to make salah with the pants on. People used to take their pants off and they had a pure white, honorable black. They used to hang their pants in the back of the masjid. And then make salah to Allah on clean clothes. Nuh alayhi salam, before he came, what happened? Very pious people. And the most pious of those people died. And these people missed those people. And they praised them. They loved them. They said, those were the pioneers. Those were the people who taught us about Allah. And then Shaitan came to them and said to them, what should you do? Shaitan said to them, you should visit the graves of your pious ancestors. Visit their graves. Go there, make dua for them. Then when Shaitan saw that was going well, people used to go and visit them. You see, go to Ibn Kathir, any person. Then Shaitan came to the people of Nuh and said to them, you should honor them, build, so people can see where they are. Build tombs over their graves. Beautify their graves. Build tombs over them. People build the tombs. Then Shaitan came and said, so as time went on, these people, of course, his iman became weaker. And eventually Shaitan said to them, make sujood to these people. If you want to speak to Allah, ask them to speak to Allah on your behalf. And finally, Shaitan said, make sujood to them. Your sujood to them will not be like sujood, it will be like an honor for them. You still worshiping Allah, but make sujood to them. And when Nuh was saying, and no Nuh will come to us. Finish. Allah not going to say Nuh to save us from this disaster that we in. This disaster, the ulama is supporting this country. Allah will punish them. And I'm not saying that because I don't like them. I'm saying that because that's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Quran. On the day of Qiyamah, you and me, the people will say to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Inna ata'na sadatana wa kubarana. We will say, oh Allah says in the Quran, oh Allah, we followed our leaders. Our leaders is ulama. Inna ata'na sadatana wa kubarana. فأضلنا السبيل. And they misled us. آتهم ضعفين من العذاب والعنهم لعنا كبيرا. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, we will say, oh Allah, give them a double punishment and curse them with a double curse. Subhanallah, ma'adallah. They say, what's wrong with this? Somebody said to me yesterday, I spoke to somebody, I went to a hardware shop and this man was there and I said, he said to me, went to the Kramats, he told me the ulama were there, came for Dhuhr Salah. He was the only person making Dhuhr Salah. They started making the Mawlid. So, this is what is happening in our country. It's not new. It's nothing new. If you know your Quran, and you know your Sunnah, you will know this. This is a repetition of what happened and Allah will destroy us. He will destroy us. And what will He do? He will replace us with a people who will say, La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. Replace us. So don't be fooled when you see these things happening. Ask yourself, where did it happen before? We have a group of people, I never knew about this, came to me now, that have declared that Nabi Isa is their ustaz. Whatever they want to know, they will ask Nabi Isa, the leader will go and ask Nabi Isa, whatever Nabi Isa tells them, they follow that. Muslims. And I'm sure some of you know that they've been around, I believe, for a long time. So they would ask the leader, where is Laylatul Qadr? And the leader will say, well, ask Nabi Isa. And Nabi Isa will tell her, tonight is Laylatul Qadr, and they will have Laylatul Qadr. When is Eid? She will consult Nabi Isa, and he will tell her, no, this is not, I've been very, I have met these people. So what are they doing? We should say, La ilaha illallah, Muhammadun Rasulullah. Muhammad is the messenger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He's our messenger. He's rahmat al-Alamin. His sunnah we follow. His creed we follow. The Quran that he wrote we follow. And what do they say to you if you ask them? You don't understand. You don't know. And whose job is it to tell us about these things? That we should be aware of these things. If I don't tell you, who must tell you? If people in my position don't tell you and warn you, what was the purpose of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam? If he didn't warn us about all these things that came. How can Allah keep us to account if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala didn't warn us in the Quran about all these things that will come? And that is your job. As a father, that's your job. As a brother, as a Muslim. You can't say, well, you know. People today, bid'ah has become a swear word. Bid'ah is mixed with bid'ah, it's a swear word. And it is one of the most authentic hadith. Prophet himself warned us about bid'ah. He stood on the member every Friday and said, what did he say? So the Prophet also said something which is a swear word. Nabi warned us, he said, I warn you about all these new things that will come into the deen. I warn you about it. I'm telling you about it. These people will misguide you. People who bring the bid'ah, they are misguiding you. we all go to Jannah. So, we ask Allah subhanahu to guide us. We ask Allah subhanahu to make us aware of all these things so that we can make our children aware and our people aware. And it's going to get worse. And you will see the disgrace that will fall before those who mislead us. You will see in your lifetime. Not something which Allah will hide from us till the day of Qiyamah. The failures that these people will suffer and the disgrace. And because they're in leadership positions, all of us will suffer. Why? Because we don't want to speak truth to leadership. This is bound. The Sheikh of Imam Mudrikh is, but yet we can see that he's not right Islam. But we don't go to him and say, Sheikh, I'm sorry, man. But why did the Prophet speak so much about bid'ah? You're telling us it's so. Are you not following in the footsteps? Is that not your inheritance from Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam? To teach us the sunnah that Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam came. But what do we do? What do you do when we do? Maybe bid'ah. Jy moet bitter wees. Miskien is hy soos 'n goeie slegte ding. 'n bid'ah hasana. Bid'ah hasana is a bad good thing. That's what bid'ah hasana is. A bad good thing. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. So I'm saying this to you because on another occasion, maybe not so long into the future, because this is the last. Prophet said, me and the akhir will be like this. On another occasion, we will all be like this. And I want to know that I've told you this, because Allah is going to ask me about this. And He's going to ask you about this. And you will have no option but to say, yes, I did tell you about this. And so my conscience is clear. And I must tell you, I'm a very happy man today. Not today. No, today. But very happy with the stand that I've taken to defend the Quran and the Sunnah of Muhammad. I've lost a lot of good friends. I've lost a lot of my family, some of the closest of my family. But I've stood firm on entrenching the Sunnah, Quran, to the best of my ability, and making people aware of that which Muhammad has. So you who sit here tonight have no excuse to say that I did not know. You all know. Now, so what I said, I quoted the Quran, and I quoted you Hadith of the Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, which he said on the member. All these people on the member. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide us. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us shafa'ah on the day of Qiyamah. Because why am I saying all these things before? I'm saying this to you because I want to go to Jannah. And I want you also to go with me to Jannah. That's what I'm saying this to you. No other reason. What? You're not paying me to say this. I'm not getting anything from anybody. In fact, I get into trouble with people here that is things. But that makes me very happy. Because I'm saying what Muhammad said. So you shouldn't feel sorry for me. Don't be scared for me. And I'll say this inshallah until Allah takes me away from this. And may this be my last years that I'll be steadfast in this. Because remember, like it was not easy for Muhammad to turn against his uncles. It wasn't easy. Do you think it was easy for him to do that? Abu Jahl slaughtered the sheep when he was born. I mean, he loved him. They carried him as a child. But when the truth came to him, that drew the line. When the truth came to him, 40 years he will live like that. 40 years. With all his encouragement around him. 40 years. The 40th year, when Allah gave him hidayah, Allah said in the Quran, that's it. Now it's no more family. Now it's the deen of Allah. That's it. You kill me or you kill me, that's in Allah's hands. But now it's not our family. So yes, a lot of years I practiced a lot of these things. And I could have continued to do that. And all of you know that I've done. But when Allah showed me, I said, look, this is not right. Shouldn't do it. Mustn't do this. What should I have said? Maar wat gaan die mense sê, wat jy maat sê? Miskien gaan hulle uitgooi by die mense, ek gaan my job verloor. No. When the light comes, mashallah, you should be happy. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide you. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide us further, inshallah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be pleased with us. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is best.
I don't have a question, but it's something that I would like to say. On the basis of what you have just said now,
Yes.
you have confirmed or affirmed that you will be speaking the truth and living by the laws thereof. I, as a student of yours,
Yes.
I don't consider you as my sheikh, but as my ustad. As long as you speak the truth and teach me the truth, I don't come here to listen to lectures, but to come and learn. As long as you are teaching me the truth, I will follow you and stand by you in your teachings of the truth.
Amen.
And
Inshallah.
last week, in the past 2 weeks, you've been speaking about certain things we've been teaching us, like for example, coming into a masjid where there's an imam and don't start the second one. I will carry that out, inshallah. And I make the intention that these intelligent people will also practice things that you have taught us to prevent what our forefathers were doing. And if there's any other things that you teach us, Sheikh, that we don't come here just to listen to you, but to implement what you have been telling us. So if there's anybody that wants to second me on that and follow our Sheikh in teaching us the right, then please show Sheikh by a sign of hands that we are here to support you.
Please.
No, Sheikh, I feel very strongly about this. And I don't come to listen to lectures. I can listen to you, but I come here to learn from you and implement what I've learned.
We should all be grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I should be grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We should all be grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for His guidance that He gives us. Because in al-huda huda Allah, guidance is guidance from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's not from me. It just comes through me, but not from me. It just comes through me, I say, but it's not from me. It comes from Allah, it comes from Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And guidance is the biggest gift that Allah can give anybody. Because sometimes we have knowledge, but we don't have guidance. A young man came to Umar ibn Khattab, and he said to Umar ibn Khattab, "Oh Umar, Allah made you Amir al-Mu'mineen. You will be one of the people already given the good news of going to Jannah while you're alive. Can I ask you a question, Umar?" And Umar said to the young man, "Yes, go ahead, ask the question." He said, "Umar, I hold in the highest esteem. You're a man of Jannah, you're Amir al-Mu'mineen. Tell me, did you drink wine in the time of Jahiliyyah?" So Umar became, he's done white. The young man repeated the question. He said, "Oh Umar, did you drink wine in the time of Jahiliyyah?" Umar dropped his head, had a long beard. He's a pious man. He's a tall man, but his shoulders went down. He looked at the young man and he said, "Yes." And when the young man asked him, "Now, Umar, did you worship idols in the time of Jahiliyyah?" So Umar came to the young man and he dropped his head and he said, "Yes." So the young man said, "Oh Umar, but you are an intelligent man. Look at your leaders. You know for your intelligence. In the time of Muhammad sallallahu you are one of 17 people who could read and write. That's why the Prophet always called you when Wahy came to write it down. You were such a brilliant man. Tell me, why did you drink wine? When it's so obvious that wine is bad for you. We know that you got drunk, you wanted to kill your own sister. Couldn't you see that it was wrong? How could worship of idols? Why did you worship idols? So Omar said to him, we were very intelligent, but we had no hidayah. No hidayah. And hidayah, when hidayah came into our hearts, so today when you see doctors, lawyers, advocates, highly intelligent people belonging to all these deviant groups, they don't say, but you know, Dr. So-and-so belongs to that group. You know, and so-and-so. What do they have and what haven't they got? They have intelligence, but no hidayah. No hidayah. So, my brother Ibrahim, we are here and we speak like this, and we are because of the hidayah of Allah. Not because lots of intelligent people don't think like that. So we say to Allah, oh Allah, we thank you for the guidance. We thank you for the guidance. We thank you from the depth of our heart for that guidance. Because it's that guidance which will take us to the doors of paradise. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. And my apologies for delaying the Salat al-Isha, but the funnel of knowledge precedes the funnel of Salah. I repeat, the funnel of knowledge. Abdullah ibn Abbas was one day making dars in the Masjid al-Nabawi after Maghrib, between Maghrib and Isha. And he delayed the Salatul Isha. And one of the Sahaba got up and said, Ya Abdullah, O Abdullah, you are delaying the Salat Isha. The farmers should make Salah on time. Abdullah ibn Abbas said to him, do you want to teach me the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala himself said, knowledge precedes ibadah. First you must have knowledge, then your ibadah is accepted by Allah. Knowledge is the funnel greater than. What did Allah say to the malaika when He created Adam? What was the first thing He said? Before He said He sujood to Adam, He said, وَعَلَّمَ آدَمْ أَسْمَاءَكُمْ. He said, first I will teach Adam the names of everything. Teach Adam. What did He do to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam before He told him to make salah? He told him, read, learn. He gave him a teacher first, Jibreel, to teach him. And after He taught him, when he was ready, it took him 13 years to get ready to make salah. Allah took 13 years of teaching the Prophet before He said to him, now you are ready to make salah in Medina. So Mi'raj, that's when it started, at the end of his time in Makkah, and then the 5 salahs started in earnest in Medina. So knowledge precedes ibadah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide us towards knowledge